Hello and welcome to my home. Today I'm going to show you how to do sun-dried tomatoes in your oven. It's not complicated and it's a great way to preserve your tomatoes, especially if you have an abundance of tomatoes that you've grown, or maybe you got a good deal on a whole lot of tomatoes at the market. It's very simple. I'll show you how to do it. But before we go there, I want to let you know I have other types of videos on my channel. I have container gardening videos where I show you how to grow a variety of vegetables in containers. I have product reviews, meditation videos, and other easy to prepare recipes. So come on, let's go sun dry some tomatoes in your oven. So here are some tomatoes that I got from my garden, and it's very simple. We're going to go ahead and take out that center part where the tomato attaches to the vine. And to help with the drying process, which is really what we're doing in the oven, I'm going to squeeze out some of the juice. I'm going to take off this back end here real quick. Just to give it a gentle squeeze, get some of that juiciness out of there. And I'm doing this, but I still want to retain the shape of the tomato as best you can. It's going to look a little squish. And then I'm going to slice it about a 1/4 inch thick. Like that. So be careful as you're slicing. Don't slice those fingers. And if you see any green spots, or I guess say underripened pieces, you can cut that out or pull it out. Put that in your bowl. And what I'm doing is I'm setting all those slices aside. Okay, so I think I got enough for this first batch to go in, but we need to season this up a bit. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of salt over it, and not sprinkling it to taste. You're not going to sprinkle a whole lot. Just like you're sprinkling your french fries, for example. A few grounds of black pepper. And I really like to use this Italian seasoning. Any brand Italian seasoning that you have. And that'll give it a nice flavor. You know, we're mimicking some of those sun-dried tomatoes you buy commercially in the store. You know, the ones that cost an arm and a leg. And you can make it yourself. And I'm going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil over it. Now we're going to go over to the... Now I got the oven preheated to 250 degrees. And you're going to space these out on a cookie sheet, and you need a wire rack. And the wire rack is sprayed. I already sprayed it just with some regular, you know, all-purpose spray there. And the reason you want the rack is you want the air to circulate all around the tomatoes so they can get that drying out effect. And you place your tomatoes on the rack. Oops! Don't let them touch if you can, so that again to promote that air circulation. And if you got some with a lot of skin and the flesh, put the flesh side up. So put the skin side down onto the pan. And it's good to have this pan under here, this sheet pan underneath it, to catch the drippings anyway, so it doesn't go into your oven and make a big mess. So I'm putting this in. It's gonna go, depending on the thickness of the tomatoes and the juiciness of the tomatoes, about an hour and a half or so, and you come back and check it. Okay, they're going in. Okay, here they are. This is how they came out the oven. It took about an hour and a half on 250 degrees. I did have to cook a few more, a little longer, like this thicker piece. So what I did is I took the ones that had done, took those off, put some of the thicker pieces back in for another 20 minutes, and they're all done. And they're nice and delicious. So when they get dehydrated like this, it really condenses the flavor and it is so tasty. I could eat these like chips. So this is how I will save these. I have some that I've done earlier that I put into a freezer bag, and it goes in the freezer. And I have some that I labeled. You know, you can save those little jars. And I put a little olive oil in there. And that's just like the sun-dried tomatoes you get at your local grocery store, but it's nice and homemade. And it has all those herbs in there. I'm going to put the rest of these in there. And it's really quite tasty. Now, you can use these, put these in some scrambled eggs. Just the other night, I broke open this jar and put some over some baked salmon, and that was delicious. And you can put them in your soups, put it in your salads, make a salad dressing out of it. There's a lot of things you can do when you have these dried tomatoes. Very delicious. Now, I would keep these in the refrigerator for maybe a few weeks because we're not canning and we're not pressurizing these. So it's going to have refrigeration, like I said, for a few weeks. I put the date on it so I know what the time frame is, you know, when the clock starts ticking, you know, on the freshness. And then the ones in the freezer, I would say these can stay in there for a good 6 months with no problem. And so there you have it. That was really simple and easy to do. If you like that video, hit the thumbs up like button and consider subscribing to my channel and hit the notification bell so you know when I've uploaded a new video. That's it for now. Bye bye.